had to restrict my time. I'm moving on to hopefully bigger and better things, although most people in my condition might not see it that way, but that's my attitude. I think had to take all changes with the most positive light, but I'm not going to quit. I almost quit because it's a little bit iffy right now what's going to happen and everything, but I figured I'm not going to just give up on the lead chess, no way, or on the Twitch. Not going to give up on the Twitch streaming because it's important, and I do have my commitments with my listeners and with my viewers. I appreciate all your support that you've been giving me, and we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. I hope you root for me as I move on to other things. I'm going to go through a lot of changes. Although I think this laptop computer will be about the same. You might see different scenes behind me soon, though. So let's go ahead and head on over here to the game board because we're getting to be almost down to 0 seconds. 18 seconds. Well, those of them that are coming a little bit late will just miss about 10 seconds of the game, but we'll still be in the very opening moves of a very normal. This is a Carol Can defense, and kind of like a little bit of a giveaway game here, which is cool. I mean, people do tend to show up here not quite sure which channel they're on because there is a game called Giveaway, and this is how you play it. You basically just give stuff away, and probably a pretty good player at that. I don't know how to play myself. I don't understand the game. Yeah, apparently you just like try to give stuff away. Like he just gave me his queen, but it's kind of like that old adage in movies, like, well, two can play at that game, but I really don't know how to play at that game. In this case, I'm a little bit ignorant about it. So when I get these giveaway people, and I suppose I could tell them over here in the chat and everything that they're maybe in the wrong game, but I don't like to do that because every once in a while they start out with this giveaway and then they suddenly revert and start winning me like crazy, and then I would look very foolish to tell them, "Hey, you're on the wrong page. You're playing giveaway," and then I get checkmated right away. So not cool. Not cool at all. Well, I'm just going to trade down here because when you're ahead, you're supposed to do that. I'm a queen ahead. Basically, a queen ahead right now, yeah. And I'm queening a few pawns ahead. So that basically. Now, he's probably going to give me that rook too because he's playing giveaway. And someday I might understand how this game works. Yeah, I knew he was going to give it to me. You basically try to give your stuff away as fast as possible. And like I said, never really played it myself to know. He doesn't have any checkmates here if he's not playing giveaway because his rook just can't come down without some protection. And that bishop there is. See, I knew he was going to do that because people playing giveaway have a very distinctive sort of a strategy. Just going to take away his pawns and make sure he can't get any queens or anything. We're doing good on time too. Now it's time to castle. I know he's advancing this pawn and everything, but I don't think he's going to have enough material to deliver an actual mate over there. But this is an interesting game. We have excellent. See, I knew it. He's playing giveaway. Don't know. He's just making every move possible so I can just take his stuff, you know? So, I don't know. I just got a notice there. I guess one of my lurkers went away. But, you know, they need to, they need to give me a little bit more, um, there. They need to chat me up a little bit. They just appear and then go. But that's all right. If you want to just drop in and look for a little bit. Okay, well, that was an interesting giveaway. It kind of warmed us up a little bit. And now we'll play a King's Gambit against a pretty well rated player. I call it King's Gambit anything that starts with e4 and then f4. And we have a live one over there. Sometimes they get afraid of the King's Gambit and they just quit before you can even do it because there's a lot of people that just don't want to play against the King's Gambit. It can be extremely dangerous game, especially against the unwary. That was an interesting move. What's he going to do now? He moved his pawn out. Well, that's okay. We've got to bring this bishop back now. I think we'll bring her all the way back here so that we can bring this knight back. And there's no reason of getting out into some strange position like we'll do now if he advances that pawn up. But if he advances that pawn up, he'll also be in a kind of a difficult and strange position. Probably have a great move here. I'm just not seeing it. This will be okay. If he advances his pawn out, I just bring this knight back here, and this knight will protect this knight. I'm looking pretty strong over there on that side. Sometimes you put pressure on a piece and they tend to want to trade it off more. I'm not going to waste time. It's 3 minutes against 4 minutes on the clocks. If he does take that knight, that bishop, I would have been happy. Okay, I see a way to win 2 pawns and an exchange, and that would be worth it. Or I'll get my queen over there finally like I wanted to. I got to get my queen onto this file over here somehow because this one was not really doing me much good because the way his pawns are there. Well, that was interesting. Is there anything I can do now? If I take that, I could take that pawn over there. No, I could take this pawn. And he can't take me there. He could take me there. I don't know. I'm just going to try it and see. I think that opens up his position like crazy. There's probably something here I can do, and I'm not seeing it. I think I got to get another rook into the action, but I got to watch out for this knight. So he can't really go anywhere. So I'm just gonna take the exchange. I think it was worth it. We're basically just the exchange down now. Looks likely. I mean, I open up the rook line there. It's kind of tight here. I think I can win this game if I just have the right perspective. I'm going to have to double my rooks. I don't see anything else to do here. Minute and 30 against 3 minutes. There might have been something else really excellent I could have done, but I didn't see it, so I got to get another rook into the game, so it's going to have a hard time to defend that pawn. If he brings his rook over, yeah, he just resigned. I was going to bring my queen down here, attacking this pawn, and if I do that, it's all she wrote for him. I don't know if you can see that, but if I bring this here, I have a pin on the rook, I mean on the knight, bishop, and this can come down next move. If he brings this over, then this is very deadly because this is pinned. So let's, that was a good King's Gambit, and because we're playing only a half an hour now, we're going to have time for just like one game per night. So I'm very happy that, well, actually we played 2 games. That first game was just so crazy though. I thought I'd get one game in, and we'll do the post-mortem on this. So let's go ahead and click here. Lichess, everything's free, including the game analysis. You gotta love Lichess, and when you can, if you got any money at all, nobody has money to spare really, but if you feel the urge ever to help the world, if you're blessed financially and you want to help out a little bit, it is a worthy cause to donate. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Oh, first we'll look at the graph because I can't see hardly both at the same time. You see a very, very steady development by white. This fall off right here, it goes down that far. I don't consider that a huge problem as long as it's edgy and you're pressuring him because you're just waiting for him to make a mistake. I really don't mind that in a 5-minute game. You probably wouldn't want to do that in a classic game playing 2 hours aside, but when you're playing 5 minutes aside, you can easily come back, which we did here. So let's see how it goes. Pawn to king 4. Oh man, it happened again. Oh, can you believe it? So ridiculous. Played that whole game with my screen up. But anyway, let's just do the postmortem. I'll put a note that the game shows the ridiculous screen, and then the game is going to start at a certain time. So let's go here, click on gameplay, and our camera has been off so long, we got to turn it back on. Oh boy. It's totally crazy. Okay, well, here we go. That's all we can do tonight. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, here's the beginning of the game. And glad you could be here. We just played an entire game. It was a good game. I'm sure very few people are going to want to watch that and listen to it because you don't see the game board. But we did win this game just now, and it was quite exciting. And now we're going to do the postmortem. So it was a King's Gambit. And there it is. There's what I always call the King's Gambit. Pawn to King 4, pawn to E4, pawn to F4. And we're just going to solidly develop here. This is the what they call the Steinitz system. We're not going to trade pawns in the center, and we're not going to bring this bishop out far, and we're going to castle early. That's basically the whole Steinitz system in a nutshell. And then you try to force a few interesting things over there, moving back and forth and doing some stuff, trying to get him to make some sort of mistake. And we came back there. Was that a sacrifice? Well, yeah. This is a kind of a sacrifice of a knight. But you see, I thought that was a good time to sacrifice a knight. And during the game, I said, look, we're going to blow his position wide open here because we get a pawn, and then we take with the queen. We have a rook here. We have a bishop. His king is hemmed in because of this pawn. So I just figured I'd go for it, and it does look like a strong move. And there, he maybe made the wrong move. I took his rook. Now I decided, well, what can I do? I'm going to double my rooks on this file. And he came up there. And then he resigned. And during the game, nobody saw it except myself and my opponent because I was showing that screen, that what do they call that? The coming soon screen was there, so nobody saw the game. But then I had my queen poised to bring it down here. And let's see, I'm going to click here and see if that was the correct move. No, he's saying take here. Okay, let's see if my queen move was good too. Plus 14 I have. If I brought my queen down. Well, he looks like he's going to escape a little bit. Well, no, it's going up. It is going up. Almost the same. It was at 14. Now it's at 12. But that's what I was going to do. And his best move would have been back there. And then you see if I come here. Now we're back up to 13. Maybe I can see better than the Lichess. We're at 13.5, down from 14 that we saw before. And I take there. Still at 13.5, not quite as far ahead as we would have been. Now we're up to 14. Oh, no, it just jumped down to 13.4. That's his best move there. I was going to obviously take there because his knight is pinned. And okay, we're at 14. So that's what Lichess was giving itself. And then obviously take the knight. Now we're at 15. So I don't know what would have been better, but the queen move I was planning also was very good. And you can see we are an entire rook ahead, plus we have this passed pawn, and his king is a little bit more exposed than ours. Like he's going to bring his rook over here. Now we're at 17. Yeah, they're saying to bring my bishop up here, because otherwise I'll lose that pawn. I could also protect it with this. They're giving me 16.9 if I protect it with the bishop, and that would have been my move, but now they're saying, oh, if I do that, he can do some stuff over here. I would have opened this side up over here, because I'd like to bring my queen over there if possible. That's his best move, they say. And this rook's not doing much good, but it helps a lot there. Oh, look at that. All the way up to 23, now down to 17. So we had a lot of different continuations, and the ones that I was picking, oh, now it's up to 26. So I don't know. In the long run, I was doing very well. Maybe I was looking a little bit more positionally than the. I don't know if the Lichess looks positionally or tactically or what, but my solutions were actually playing out better in the long run. The longer we wait, look at that, 59 now. So I hope you like that game. And as I explained before, this game that nobody's going to really look at because it was totally bogus. I only had the welcome screen there. But my schedule just changed for those of you that have been following my channel, and I do appreciate all your support. But I can't do this quite as long, at least for a time. It's going to be different in the future. I'm going to get my life back together again and everything. But as it is right now, I got a lot to do. I'm going to be moving. You're going to see some different scenes behind me. And a lot of people, and even myself, half of me wants to get freaked out about all these changes and everything. Like, wow, what's happening? And it's going to be crazy, weird, in a sense, like quote unquote dangerous, risky stuff to try new things. But it always feels like that in life. When you have something new and you got to do it, before you do it, it's like, you wake up that morning and the sun's coming up and it's time to travel, whatever, and you don't know how it's going to be when you get there. And you got to get out from where you're going, and you didn't even like close all the ends where you were at, but you got to go because that's life. And in the end, it all kind of works out, and most of those changes work for the better. And when we look in retrospect, we realize everything was great, and it was actually the best thing that could have happened to us. So I hope all of my supporters stay with me, and as we I don't know. We'll have this venture together and also play some chess. What do you say? So we'll see you around. Bye bye.